Welcome to RacerXOnline.com. I am Kris Keefer. Behind me is State Fair MX in Riverside, California, as well as Jay Clark from Dunlop Motorcycle Tires. What are we doing here today? So I thought we could create a video and talk a little bit about tires, what Dunlop makes, and if you can cross applications from front to back, right? So MX3S, 33, and 53 front. We're going to stick a 33 rear on the back, and we're going to talk a little bit about which application works best for this kind of dirt. In the morning, you guys know when you guys arrive to a track, it's soft, loamy, feels really good. We call hero dirt out here in California. But as time goes on, more bikes get on the track, that good dirt pushes off, and then you're down to the hard base. So is the 33 a good front tire, or is the 53 a good all-around tire? We're going to talk about that, break them all down, and talk to one of the key guys at Dunlop to give you some more, I guess, information on what tire could be best for you at home. All right, guys, we just wrapped up a day of testing here at State Fair MX, and of course, just like the intro says, 3S front, 33 front, and 53 front with the 33 rear application. Now, before we dive into all of these mixed matches and where you should go and what you should use, let me talk about tire pressure and how important it is to these tires. Some of you guys say, oh, I checked tire pressure last week, should be good. No, temperature affects tire pressure. When you ride a moto, your tire pressure will go up. So continually, you need to check tire pressure. And the second part of this is have a good tire pressure gauge. I'm on the hunt to find one. I've experienced a few, and few have failed me. But if you have one that you like, that's consistent, stick with that. So right away, 3S, 13.5 PSI is the optimal pressure. It's a softer carcass. So for me, I need to go up in pressure a little bit. The 33 application is a harder carcass, a little bit heavier of a tire, so I drop the air pressure to 12.5, as well as the 53. 53 is a little bit harder of a carcass than a 3S, and they say harder than a 33, but we're going to talk about that feeling here in a minute. But as well, 12.5. Going to the rear, 33 application, 12.5, and that is for most conditions. If you're East Coast, West Coast, sand, intermediate to hard, that's a good baseline pressure for all of these types of tires here. And for me, if you guys are asking about tubes, I'm just a standard to heavy-duty tube guy. I don't go ultra heavy-duty unless you guys are riding some off-road and don't want a bib moose. That is fine, but unsprung weight in motocross does hurt performance on motorcycles. So standard Dunlop tubes are good, or heavy-duty tubes are good, but just for me, I'm not a big thick, ultra heavy-duty type of guy for moto applications. All right, so to get this out of the way, my favorite combination from Dunlop is a 3S front. Thank you, Dunlop, for getting these things back to the market. And yes, they are available. Sometimes they're a little bit harder to find, but they are available now. You can go to your local dealer, and they will at least can order them for you. They're available. So don't email me and say, I can't find them. Yes, you can. Just do a little research. Don't email me, because you can do it on your own. Trust me. I believe in you guys. You guys can do that. Now, 3S 33 is where I ride. You know, Southern California, we have, sometimes it just rained yesterday, so we have softer conditions, and that is where I like my tire. Unless I'm riding some sand. Glen Helen, after a rain, I use the MX12, which is a paddle tire, which we can do a whole nother video on just that tire alone and how wide of a range that tire is. But right now, on this bike, 3S front, 33 rear is where I'm at. The front 3S is a performance-based tire. When Dunlop introduced this, the first time I got on it, I couldn't believe how much lean angle traction I have. If you guys haven't rode a spec tire, and chances are pretty high you haven't, and I don't know if I'm fortunate or unfortunate enough to have ridden with some, it spoiled me. When I rode a spec tire, I was like, holy crap, there is a lot of lean angle traction, and you can start your lean really early. Well, that is similar to the 3S. The 3S is you can start your lean really early, and it will hold that lean for a very long time. What we call in the testing world is the window of lean. So the window of lean on the 3S is very wide. You can start your lean and it'll continue to bite, have that lean angle traction throughout the corner, with or without a rut. It has the most consistency for me. The downside is, obviously, it's a softer carcass of a tire. It's not going to last as long. So you guys buying these tires, don't expect it to be a 20-hour tire. I can get about 10 to 12 hours of performance out of this tire before it starts to break down of the carcass or maybe even chunk. So expect that going in. Now, you guys are the working man. You want to have a good tire that has a good amount of lean angle traction, nice control under braking. The 33 is where it's at. The 33 is a little bit of a heavier of a tire, hence why we go down in pressure. But the window of lean is a little bit less than a 3S, but still very consistent. And as motocross riders, that's what we want. You need consistency in your tires, your bike setup, or whatever it is on your bike. You want your bike to do the same thing day in and day out. So the 33 is a little bit less of a lean and a little bit heavier of a tire, but still there is a nice amount of opportunity for you guys out there to be able to feel the ground on the bike. I always complain to some guys that I try their tires and I go, I don't feel like my knobby is digging into the dirt as much as other tires. So for me, I want to feel my knobby really dig into the dirt. I'm a front end steering guy, so a 3S is where I like my setting. It's because I can feel the ground. There's a lot of grab. If you guys don't like a lot of grab and you don't like a lot of initial lean, go to a 33. There's a little bit less of that, but there's nice control. So that is the option for you guys. Now, moving on to the 53. It took me a little while to figure out what this type of tire is for, but coming from the high desert of California, there's all different mixtures of terrain and there's lots of rocks. You East Coast guys, you have a lot of roots, it's snotty, it's slippery. This is where I think this application would work the best. Moving on to you guys in the East Coast, you guys have these slower trails with tall roots, and the 3S or the 33 is just, the knobs are too tall, and for me it deflects off of those roots. The 53 doesn't deflect off of those type of roots because it has a lower profile knob. So I feel like it would be a better application for you guys on the East Coast off-road wise to run a 53 front and a 33 rear. In the moto sense, the 53 has a little bit less of a window lean than a 33 unless you have something to bank off of. So for me, the 53 is really nice in area 2 and area 3 of the corner. If you guys are familiar with my testing, area 1 is the initial part of the corner, area 2 is the middle, area 3 is the end. So once you're in area 2, I have a lot of feeling, front end feel, and I feel confident in that. It just takes me a little bit longer to set up. Now, for you rear end steering riders, you don't like a lot of front end grab and you like to pivot your rear end more, and that's how you corner. The 53 is much better for you guys out there. I'm a front end steering guy. My son is actually a rear end steering kid, and he actually rode with the 53 and liked it. So I might stock a little bit of 53s for him when we go to Arizona and we do some of these Loretta qualifiers that we're about to head to right now. So don't be scared to mix and match how you want to ride or where you want to ride with what front tire and rear tire you use. I use the Dunlop 33 rear because that is Dunlop's popular tire. They sell the most 33s out of all their applications that they offer for off-road. So I feel like a 33 is good for all around, for every type of guy. So we stuck that on the rear. Don't be shy to mix and match front and rear. You don't have to match every time you go to the track, like, hey, I got a 33 front, or you go to your local dealer and like, hey, I need 33s all the way around. No, if you want a little bit more grab and you're racing, go to a 3S. If you're a rear end steering guy, use that 33, 53 up front, and that's how you can manage to get some lower lap times and to figure out what type of rider you are. And that's the key thing too. You got to figure out what type of guy you are. You have some money, you like to spend some money on tires, and you want fresh tires all the time, 3S, that's where I would go. If you're a working man, blue collar guy, you want to ride on the weekends, but you need some traction to have fun with your buddies, talk some trash to them because you're better than them in the lap times, 33 is where to go. 53, off-road, trail guy, and you're a little rear-end steering person, 53 is the application. So we wanted to drop some knowledge on you guys here at RacerXOnline.com. We don't do much techie kind of stuff, but I thought, rubbers are important. I could go so many ways with that, but we're just going to keep it G-rated right here. So stay tuned for more here on RacerXOnline.com. As well, 12 issues. $30 will get you a magazine. That's right. You guys like to read. You young kids probably turned it off already, right when I said publication. You guys are out. So, but you older guys, that's still available. 12 issues, $30. Get yourself a free mug. We got all different kinds of things we give away there. So stay tuned for more here on RacerXOnline.com. We'll be back with more information for you.